Senator King gave such a great devotion this morning at prayer breakfast. I was happy to let him move forward and take that time. Secretary McDonough, very quickly, we've talked a lot about staff and return to work.
Yes.
What percentage of the VA's DC staff has returned to in-person work?
I don't have a specific number, but I'll get you that specific number.
And then also submit to me the agency's official telework policy.
Sure.
We want to know that. I've got legislation called the Show Up Act, in order to try to get people back to work in these agencies. The wait times and the backlogs are continuing to grow, and I think that's a problem. Let me ask you also, some of the employers I've talked to in Tennessee have talked about people taking second jobs, second remote work jobs. So do you have any employees that have taken second jobs where they're working 2 jobs remotely? Has that happened?
You know, let me, not that I'm aware of, but let me take that and I'll come back to you.
Yeah, I would appreciate knowing that and seeing where you are with those issues. I know you were working on a work environment plan.
Yep.
Okay, what's the status on that?
Status is that we've submitted a first draft of that to the OMB. In fact, when I'm done here, I'll be going to a meeting on that over at in the interagency. So we're working on that. We feel really strongly about it. I feel quite proud of the work that our workforce has carried out the last couple of years. Productivity, for example, at VBA, the Veterans Benefits Administration, is the highest it's ever been. Okay. Even though they're max telework right now, they are at higher productivity rates than we were in 2019.
So what
I
is
feel
the
good
case
about
backlog now?
Right now, the case backlog is about 215,000. It's a little less than when
I read somewhere that PACT Act had, you were seeing 500,000 requests for service because of the PACT Act. Is that accurate?
We overall, yeah, we've seen about 500,000 PACT-specific claims filed.
Okay.
And so, but we'll get you the exact data if you want to see.
I would love to see that.
How many claims filed, how many claims completed, average time to completion.
Well,
I'll make sure we get you.
Of course, as you know, I believe community care is a big part of that, and we've got more legislation we're working on that we think would help with that, and we would appreciate hearing from you. I do want to come to something that to me was very troubling as I was reading it last night and looking through the Durham report. And I know you were President Obama's chief of staff from January 13 to January 17. And as I was reading through some of this, I would like to know from you, during that time as chief of staff, did you participate in any meetings with the FBI regarding the investigation of the Trump campaign?
You know, it's been a long time since I've thought about that, but I'll be more than happy to go back and take a hard look at that and get you an answer.
I would appreciate knowing that, and I think it's important to know what your involvement was with the FBI in pushing for that. And my understanding is that you were in the 2016 meeting in the Situation Room with President Obama, Susan Rice, and other top officials where they discussed the Russia collusion issue. Is that accurate?
I'm not sure I know which meeting you're talking about, but I'd be more than happy to look at it.
I think it was July of 2016.
Again,
It's reported in the report, and you were in there, and that is of concern to me. You are charged with leading a very important agency. The work that you do is vital to our veterans, and it is of tremendous concern to me as I was reading this report last night. And it was also a source of disappointment to me that you would have been involved in this process of weaponizing the FBI. This is something that should never happen. People do not want to see 2 tiers of justice. And as we talk about the VA, they want to see a standard of service for everybody, and they want to see that consistency. And to know that you may have been a participant in this investigation, that you were a part of this meeting as detailed in the Situation Room, that they carried out this hoax, this made it all up, figment of her imagination, to discredit someone. I wouldn't want someone discrediting Maggie in that regard, or the chairman, or any of us.